हेलो हेलो। तो उसमें आपने ज्वाइन उसका बंद करो, यहाँ के उसमें करना चाहिए। हेलो हेलो सर,
Am I
एम आई?
audible? Am I audible?
यस सर, यू आर ऑडिबल, यू आर
And
ऑडिबल।
am I visible?
नमस्कार सर।
नमस्कार। एक वही में लेट
सर
मी सेट
कैसे
इट
हैं आप?
प्रॉपर्ली। बस ठीक हूँ।
अच्छा।
अभी एडमिट करो। ओके, चलो लिंक तो लग गया। हाँ,
जी सर, जी सर।
सो all well. See this. I'm using my officer's laptop. Mine is not so reliable.
ओके ओके, आई एम
Uh,
ऑल्सो यूजिंग सम अदर्स लैपटॉप
so
बिकॉज
he's
द
helping
कैमरा इज
me.
नॉट वर्किंग सर।
Yeah, luckily, at least at this moment, we could see each other. It
या
means I'm sure the sharing will not be a problem.
या
You said large number of participants have registered, right?
यस सर, यस सर।
Good,
many
good.
have joined and many have to join because time is
Yeah.
3 p.m. now. So I think in 5 minutes everyone.
Actually, I'm so busy, hurriedly
Yeah,
prepared everything because
yeah,
I'm counting every hour of this. The
yeah.
moment is over, so nothing.
So sir, we can begin now.
Yeah,
Just
yeah. We
uh,
can begin.
I'm
Well,
waiting for our director, sir.
okay,
So
okay.
just I'm calling him and then we can begin.
Yeah, we talk and then I share the screen, right?
Yeah, sure, sure, sir.
Initially, we can talk, na? Then only share the screen. बरोबर? प्रिॲम्बल आहे त्यासाठी शेअर करायची गरज नाही ना. बरी जमली आपली.
So sir, director sir is about to join. He was in some meeting, so he was joining. He is now joining with his mobile phone.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. In 1 or 2 minutes, he is about to
No,
join.
I have no problem. I kept 1.5 hours for you.
No, sir, we will try to finish before
Hey,
that.
what is the temperature there?
I know your tight schedule, sir.
No, no,
आपने इतना
temperature.
टाइम निकाला वही इम्पोर्टेंट है सर।
सॉरी, टेम्परेचर कितना है उधर अभी?
सर अभी तो अराउंड 30 के अराउंड होगा, 32 to 35
नहीं,
के।
ज्यादा होगा.
अभी
Bombay
तो
is
ज्यादा
also
नहीं है सर, बाहर
hot.
का तो ज्यादा नहीं है।
Now you are speaking from that campus?
यस सर, अभी राइट नाउ आई एम इन द कैंपस। but I'm not staying in the campus.
I could see some names from Mumbai.
Yeah,
This
yeah, yeah.
Sakshi Patil, Apurva Kulkarni, some names I can see. See,
So
actually,
many will join because we have received lot of registrations.
because we have restricted the topic only water and cancer, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we have limited content and
Yeah,
we can expand on whichever area that we like to.
yeah, yeah,
But main thing, let people understand it is not only smoke
yeah, yeah,
or other materials, but it's a
yeah.
water which is a daily need.
Yes, sir. That's why I found this topic very interesting, and I thought this
We
is a
just
good
thought and we
topic
came to
to.
this because
Yeah,
my
yeah,
main work is on Mumbai water quality, then trihalomethane, and so many things we did.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Though it is a old work, the latest problems of pollutions we can always talk, but work, the old is still the problem remains in
yeah.
all
It's
cities
still
of.
it's still many work is going on with this topic. Recently I searched it on the Scopus and Google Scholar. Lots of research paper on this topic are appearing.
Now it is a urgent need of this issue to be
Yeah,
addressed.
yeah, sir.
Started this work long before when anybody could talk about.
Yeah, yeah. We are just waiting because our director sir is very punctual. Might be he's facing some issues.
I think he's there.
Yeah, Vinay sir.
कुठे होता रे हो का हंगेरियन लँग्वेज
मैं फोन लगाऊं सर, फोन से ज्वाइन करने वाले हैं इसलिए फिर दिक्कत हो जाएगी। Vinay sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening, good evening. Am I uh, audible proper or
Yes, sir, you are audible properly.
uh, and I switched off the light behind me, so only on front light, so I can be seen better.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and Sharma ji has joined.
Yes, sir, sure.
Now you
Sir,
can begin. Yeah.
good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
I am all well. In fact,
Yeah, good, good, good to
my
see you again.
somehow I am outside and participating in a
I
conference.
know, I know.
And
He told me.
well, yes,
He
So,
told
with
me.
your permission, can we begin now?
yeah, absolutely, yes, sure. You can
Yes.
start. Yeah, please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. I, Dr. Shikha Pandey, Assistant Professor at Amity Institute of Biotechnology, Amity University, Rajasthan. warmly welcome you all on the behalf of MIT Institute of Biotechnology and MIT Center for Water Studies and Research to this online seminar on topic Water and Cancer, the Relationship. Water is the essence of life, yet its quality plays a crucial role in determining human health. Understanding the relationship between the water quality and disease, such as cancer, is extremely important in today's world. Through this seminar, we aim to raise awareness and foster meaningful discussion on this significant issue. Before we begin, I would like to invite Ms. Shweta Kulshrestha, Coordinator of MIT Center for Water Studies and Research, to extend a warm welcome and share her thoughts on this important theme.
Thank you, Shikha ma'am, for introducing me. Good afternoon, everyone. It's my great privilege and honor to welcome you as a distinguished guest, Professor Sawant, to this gathering. Today's session is focusing on the important theme of water and cancer, which highlights a critical intersection between the environmental health and human well-being. Water is fundamental to life, and yet its quality is profound influence on the public health. Contamination of water by primary pollutants as well as secondary pollutants is increasing day by day, and that is leading to the cancer. So across the world, scientists and public health experts are working on this issue. In this context, because this is very important topic and demand of this era, so in this context, the insights of the experts like Professor Sawant has become extremely valuable. That's why we have organized this seminar. We are truly honored to have you with us today, and your presence definitely enrich this event. We look forward to gaining your valuable knowledge and inspiration for your talk. On the behalf of the organizing team, I extend a warm welcome to you, sir, and thank you for taking us time to share your experience with us.
Thank you, Shweta, first of all, for inviting me, and Professor Sharma ji for facilitating this event. And without your consent, nothing could have happened. First of all, I must congratulate the Amity family, the founders to you all, with my long interactions with them. Congratulations for starting a center, water management, water quality, whatever that you're dealing with in an area in Rajasthan, which is a water stressed and highly water stressed state. And when it's water stress, naturally you try to extract, derive, get water from all possible sources. And sometimes the people suffering are made to even to turn to the water which is visibly contaminated. So the issues are very important for Rajasthan. That's how when I was in the university there, we started a water center because it's absolutely necessary in that area. Then comes the quality. And we have on the limited topic, water and the cancer, because water is a life. And so without water, there's no question of survival. All of us, living kingdom, even the vegetations also, everything. And now the work shows that it is all network and linked with the problems that whether animals suffer or we suffer or anything that's a living thing on this planet. So in that context, limited to the issue of water and cancer, I think they're very important, So before I start sharing the screen, let me tell you that it was not understood so well, the water pollution and the diseases. Till issues like Minamata emerged in Japan because of the mercury pollution, and that not only it is a problem of mercury, but then we come to many other metalloids, and even more dangerous organic substances, which are now classified probably as a class 1 carcinogen, and we shall limit to that only. What is prevailing nowadays is polluted water, number one. There are other entries of these cancer-causing substances, but we will not touch upon that. What comes into the water, it comes in different forms, species, speciations. And water is the medium which can provide the speciation redox potential. And it can convert into non-toxic to toxic species. For example, chromium, mercury, inert will not create a problem. But in the water body, because of redox potentials, many other chemical substances, they get oxidized. And not only one, say for mercury, like the 40, 45 species, nobody can understand, Chromium, so many, and converts into toxic format. So as the organics also, so the changing format of molecules, like we know that we bound them in certain kind of chelates complex, they are non-toxic. They lose the identity. But here the reverse happens. Then when they're water, the abundant scope to get transformed into many forms, and they're all bioaccumulated, and we depend upon so many in the food chain. They get into either we ingest directly through food or water, or we take through the food chain. That's one basic, primarily the source of entry into us. Of this now, in order to avoid many other problems of water, we want a clean water. The public perception that water looks clean is a visibly, yeah, it's a clean water. But the water having dissolved cadmium or mercury will not impart any color or many colorless organic molecules, like I'm going to talk one. And so you think that the water looks very clean, but it's not so. And we all, by and large, we treat the water. And so why we treat water? It should be clean. Now, does it really get clean is an issue, and it's not, according to me and the scientific basis. But primarily, we treat water to remove all the grits and other things, and then visibly it should look good. There should be no nothing floating, no dissolved solids, like we try to remove them, and we go into the process of treatment of water. Basically, primarily, we treat water with the chlorinations, and there the problem begins. And so it forms organic compounds called trihalomethanes. There's a work that we did long before, and the work continues of trihalomethanes formations in drinking water that we supposed to have clean water, but it is full of this. So we are all subjected to a cancer. That man-made creation, like you can say, treatment is a must. If you do not do that, people will suffer from diarrhea and dysentery, all kinds of problems. So primarily it's a clean water, but chemically it is not. That's one concept. Second part is that many organic molecules, they enter into the water to the food chain, and then we take them through that. The pesticides, like, many carcinogens. So that's another thing. So don't think that we take food material, which is the vegetables or aquatic or the fish, it is free from the carcinogens. In fact, there is a source of, if they are living into that environment, a water body, and so they are a carrier of these carcinogens. So we limit to that. I'm not going to the atmospheric ambient air or polluted air, but these into the water. So with this kind of introduction, we'll quickly go through in next half an hour or 40 minutes what we want to impress upon you, how you should be careful as far as water, drinking water, industrial water, discharge as a sewage, or industrial effluents. Keep in mind that it will go round and round and try to enter the human body. So the first step, you be yourself, try to take a clean water by all possible means. and avoid intake of any food ingestion, some contaminated materials. And that's not happening. And the prevalence of cancer resulting because of this is huge. And I shall give the figures. It will be very shocking. And why it's happening so? We have been studying on the breast cancer issues. We conducted many camps in the last few months. And percentage is reaching somewhere 28, 30%, And so it means that we don't care of these carcinogens and then this prevalence happens. मुझे क्या होता है, इससे क्या होता है, इतने में क्या होता है, ये सोच है, but no, it slowly the process begins and is long-term effect by accumulation. For example, say mercury, in 1932 it was released, not knowing it's a carcinogenic or toxic material. The outbreak of that happened through the food chain in 1956. It took 2 years to understand it is a mercury poisoning, organic mercury, including cancers and many other symptoms, irreversible, genetic aberration. So this is how what we have been taking today, it can cause a problem later on. You take on vermilion, putting as a sindoor on a forehead, and today you have it, and then 15, 20, 30 years to carry dermal absorptions of the lead, which can cause anemia and cancer also. So these are daily practices where the science, the awareness, education very necessary. So let's go quickly to we can share some slides on sharing the screen, and that will give you very quick understanding. We have jumped a lot. Okay. Share the screen. Expand.
Yes, sir.
1 minute. Is it visible?
No, sir, not yet. It is not visible.
Share.
Yes, sir, it is visible now.
It is now? Okay, okay. So let's go into that. This is what I was talking. Drinking water can be, and now it is definitely contaminated at various points along its journey. Please understand. Upstream water source 10, 20, 30 kilometer. There can be industry, and you see you are not affected. No, that's not the case. It can be any distance. The journey is very important, and that journey of the water course is very important. And then at source, you get frequent contaminations, pesticides, nitrates, phosphates, arsenic, and other metals, and keratoxins, and emerging contaminants now, the microplastics. Then these phosphates of polyfluorides, alkyl phosphates, sulfates, then many drugs, and most of them sulfur drugs, mycins, and fracking related substances. They are all, you must understand, they are carcinogen. Nitrates in fertilizers, unavoidable. Phosphates, unavoidable. Arsenic poisoning, forget that the big stories and happenings, but it's also. Then by disinfection, there's our main issue, acrylamides, aluminum, and chlorine. Why chlorine? Just now I said chlorinations. Then byproducts form during disinfection. This is the source of process of contamination, of which trihalomethanes are very important, and that is what we studied in Mumbai water. And the last slides will show you some of the results. So anybody using chlorinations, that show the trihalomethane formation, and our Indian water treatment systems is not making water tertiary and quaternary treatment. So trihalomethanes are there, and we are taking that water every day. And then during distribution, what used to get lead pipes earlier, biphenyls, and biphenyls are so dangerous. All lactating mother have being the big chance of getting exposure and bioaccumulation of biphenyls. They are causing the breast cancer and vinyl chloride. So these are the materials during drinking process, treatment process, you are made to take into in. And so the food that you grow in that water, then contaminated water that you take directly. You have so many detergents and all that. You don't remove everything. Even drinking water doesn't remove trialomethanes or chloride, bromide, fluorides, And so these things, forget the air. Air is the additional thing that we can't escape. That also gives you a lot of carcinogens. But through water means we have been limiting to that. But then when you talk of water, you don't become non-subjected to aerial ingestions, inhalations. And then direct contact. Now, this is very important, direct contact. Why direct contact? Because you should be scared of touching the metal ions or anything that is carcinogenic. We should not touch it at all. And so the direct contacts of many materials carelessly, right from brushing to using paint, the house full of arsenic paintings, lead contaminated or lead painted epoxides and the varnishes. So all that you live into the environment, which is full of potentials of, otherwise there is no reason why so many should have. Lucky are those, please remember, lucky are those, say in villages where there are no industries, no matter as far as this aspect is concerned, the quality of life, level, standard, economy. But as far as water is concerned and contaminations, they are not taking that water which has been polluted or infested, putting a lot of treatment processes or no treatment at all. The virgin water coming from water flows, natural flows, groundwater, necessarily not contaminated upstream, downstream. Those are lucky one. Will have less prevalence of a cancer, and you see that cancer in an urban environment where you all depend on drinking water. So it's there. And so millions of people worldwide are exposed to mostly the heavy metals in drinking water. You tell me which water will have the no ppm or ppt level of the heavy metals. You can take on that test any water, you'll find these at ppm ppt level, and the tendency of bioaccumulation that will be there. And the chronic exposures, long-term bioaccumulation. The standard example is that of who were inhaling tetraethyl, tetramethyl lead coming from the automobile pollution. You were subjected long to this lead poisoning, and that was one factor was making cancer on the rise, and the organics, other things. Now, this accumulation, long-term exposure from the source, so source should not be contaminated. So long-term public health consequences will be a chronic exposure to carcinogens in the water. They can lead to higher cancer mortality, which you know the figures now, increased public health challenges, and greater demand for medicines. In fact, they are also not that safe. Now let's come to this shattering figures, should bother you. See, we study so many things, but unless someone speaks specifically on topic like this, we don't pay the attention. Both होता है, both cases से, but कितना है, कहाँ है? So 19.3 million new cancer cases 2020 and 10 million cancer death. This is very something serious. Population exposure to unsafe water, around 1.7 billion people worldwide use drinking water. contaminated with fecal matter. Don't think that Mumbai people, all of them are safe from this. There are so many leaks in water supply, so many ways of transfers of these fecal matters into the waterways. It's a big science itself. The kind of pipelines, the metal lines and junctions and the complex network makes it possible to get exposed to the fecal matter. Well, those are privileged to use gadgets, filters, aquaguards, and many other could be some way saved from this. 2 billion people live in water stressed countries. Why a water stressed state that we have? In India, we have nearly 25, 30 water stressed states now. Now, these people live in this water, which I said in the beginning. So, naturally, they will go to any quality, any kind, and then they will have problem. So, the study estimated more than 100,000 cancer cases in US linked to carcinogens, chemicals in tap water alone. Tap water alone. So, do you think that we are able to escape? No. These cancers are associated with the 22 different carcinogenic contaminants found in drinking water. As I said, a mercury in water, cadmium in water, chromium in water, it will transform into various species. Each one is different level potentials of being carcinogen. And so these are only metal ions, but there are so many like trihalomethanes I said. There could be halides, in ionic form, halides also there. So they can be also carcinogenic. So there are 20 different carcinogens in a drinking water which is treated, mind well, and the population exposed to carcinogenic chemicals, water is 122 million people, and cancer causing the numbers are so high. So you'll find that uh, people in advanced countries are having a risk of getting cancer. And so 1.47 crore Indians are exposed to arsenic contamination alone through drinking water. And these are hotspot areas, 17,000, mostly in the West Bengal. Some are in Rajasthan, some are in Punjab, some are in Maharashtra. So there's different subject. So, and groundwater contaminations in 96 districts across 12 states. Don't think it easily that you have find good place outskirts of the city, even a Jaipur dumping ground. Now, what is dumping ground is a mixed collection of all kinds of chemicals, contaminants, including carcinogens. They leach out, leachate goes to, they contaminate the groundwater, the rivers are affected, the groundwater, the wells are affected, bore wells affected, and all sorts of. And these flows will come to the reservoirs which are there to give you the drinking water source. So in India, about 80% of rural, 50% urban population rely on groundwater. So regional cancer hotspot, certain Indian states show high contamination levels: West Bengal, Assam, Bihar, Punjab. So these are called now, see the last line, cancer belts. Now, what is the linkage between water pollution and cancer? Look at arsenic in the form of metal ions, not as heavy metal ions, metalloids, arsenic, cadmium, hexavalent, chromium, hexavalent, nickel, and beryllium and lead in organic forms. They are very well known. A constant, I say, the cancer causing substances in our water. It will come from natural geological deposits like West Bengal. Mining activities, we can't shut the mining activities. They are on. And the industries, pollution-free operations is not happening in India. This I tell every state pollution control board, central pollution control board, and all authorities. that there are no operations are free from the pollution. And so all these industries, heavy activities of mining, polarization, smelting, refining, all people around working in and out are, then they'll be associated with skin cancer, lung cancer, blood cancer, liver cancer. These are all only through water. Water. I'm not talking of the oral cancer, tobacco cancer, and all those. So water and cancer, this is what we're talking about. Cadmium. Remember the slide earlier, a surface contamination. I touch steel, which is naturally the alloy of chromium and nickel was listed, chromium listed into. I do not decontaminate my hands. In India, washing hands, people are very happy. But that washing of hand was not sufficient. The Corona has told you. You have to wash a hand with soap 21, 22 seconds. Why? To break that virus lipid layer. How many people understood? They say, I wash the hand. But that is not enough to break the virus, which is very, very small entity. And in a real sense, your hand is not decontaminated. I touch aluminium, silver, I wash my hands, and we are not free from those. You can test. Satya Sai Baba was showing clean hands, impregnated with the mercury chloride, not seen, and holding aluminum coin, amalgamation with aluminum forms, and there was ash. That was the contamination. And so we practice that day-to-day life. Cleaning hand is not like making a sterile like things, So you want to be safer life. Anything that you touch, all have been distinguished. Cancer causing materials, organics or inorganics or metal. Ensure that handling lead battery of your car, just washing hands and having food, no, please don't do that. Thoroughly decontaminate your hand if you are touching any material that you are touching, which we listed in the metal ions or any organics or even detergents, really decontaminate. Other health effects are kidney damage. What? Cadmium is the one doing kidney damage, leading to the bone weakening and all those your blood synthesis, they affect these metal ions, I tell you, particularly lead, when they enter the bloodstream, where do they go and reside? In the bone marrow. What is the place bone marrow? Is a place of synthesis or blood formation, heme synthesis. And the toxic metal, particularly lead, mercury, what they will do? The biotechnologists can understand here. What is required for blood synthesis? Delta amino levulinic acid. And if the metal ions are there, easily they can find a place, they can knock the calcium also small ion. They reside there, and the process of blood synthesis in a bone marrow will be hampered, or rather will stop. Person becomes anemic, slowly not knowing there is a blood lead or blood mercury that you have inhaled, ingested, and gone to bloodstream, and we measure always a blood lead concentration, and it knocks out that enzyme delta amino levulinic acid, DLAD. Once it is knocked out, it is thrown out of the urine, and then you start becoming anemic because blood synthesis has stopped or weakening day by day till you become a chronic patient, leading to 35-40 ailments, of which cancer is the most prevalent. And so hexavalent chromium, leather, textile, electro-fitting, industrial waste discharges. Now it will you cancer of stomach and lung. All those want the people working, living in vicinity, working on this kind of material, they should be cautious of that water, And so the nickel batteries, lungs and nasal cancer, stomach cancers. So these are please see that material specific cancers. So those are suffering from these, at least you at scientific level should be able to tell why the possible chances of prevalence of this cancer. Were you exposed to the lead using petrol? Not nowadays, earlier. Are you working in lead foundry? Are you working into any foundry which is a lead contamination, lead alloy making? Are you working in a steel industry where nickel and chromium are unavoidable exposures? Well, and if there are, industrial safety is very important. How many industrialists they bother about worker safety? That's unfortunate part. And so the metal promote cancer through several biological mechanism, DNA, reactive oxygen species. They many go into the process, interfere with DNA repairs, and so the damaged DNA. What I said, the lively example is a mercury in Minamata disease. It damaged everything, and bioaccumulations. It has come through all this food chain. Aaj thoda, kal thoda, parso thoda, thoda, or thoda, thoda. Then where it is, you are a source of storage. Specific organs, the centers of accumulations for particular ion molecules, metal ions. And what is impaired first? Enzymatic actions. They'll forget, they'll be weakened, the defense will stop, like corona captures you. The defense fails, you get corona infected. For example, because we've all seen that. Then the oxidative stress, DNA damage, then proteins damage, lipids damage, cell membranes damage, enzyme damage, inhibitions. This is the process. I'm not going to the format of the reaction mechanism because that's you specifically studied, but these are focal points, how the process begins, And now I come to trihalomethane. I was not aware till my student said, sir, let's start work, because we had completed the water quality project, not a research project, through the MMRDA to know the water quality of Mumbai city from source to the tap. We monitored the big report given to the municipal corporation, and they augmented the process of treatment. That's what you should do in your city. Check the water quality, tell corporation, so moto, these are dangerous levels of this thing. And compel, because they are not scientists. They have to just see the operations. So these things, trihalomethane formation was shocking to us. The entire thesis on trihalomethane, Vidyadhar Gavandi, and now he's with this work last 10 years, he's in USA in a very big position. The benzene, vinyl chloride, these are easily coming into industrial waste or anything that we handle. Polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, they are also in atmosphere, air pollution. Pesticides and herbicides, we use it easily. I'll come, very important suggestion to that. Polychlorinated biphenyls, used as the coolants and lubricants. Very easily we try to live luxurious life without knowing that we are getting subjected to the dreaded disease cancer, nitrosamines. So what I want to say that these are all, pesticides has a lifetime, the residues, but at least the fresh molecules, which will be highly bioactive. So we see the farmers, they would not know when there's a good market tomorrow, today they'll harvest the produce, agriculture produce, vegetables, the good market. And he forgets today morning only has sprayed the pesticides, insecticide, because he wants to catch a market. And then the shelf life is very small. Most of us just get it from the market and cook it, wash it depending upon your knowledge of science and availability of water. Some can't afford to give 2 wash, 3 wash. Some can. So at least surface contaminations of vegetables, fruits are washed off because they are full of all these list of, and without these, no farmer can grow food in this country. At least, no matter who says I'm doing organic foods, he doesn't understand what it means. Anyway, so the nitrates, the rainfalls brings trihalomethanes by treatment, long-term exposures. So they all going to bladder cancer, And so all aquifers, rivers, industries on the rivers, and try chloromethane in water. See, our Mumbai, 5,000 MLD water comes every day to city of Mumbai. About 1,000 MLD is leak. So where it goes, you can understand, And this is unless you redo chlorination near Bhiwandi Pandra Port treatment plant, every day 1,000 or 1,200 trucks of sludge sediments. And then water comes from Mulund master balancing reservoir. So chlorination at there and again further treatment at the Mulund and you get potable water, but not free from trihalomethanes or trichloromethanes formation because water comes from agriculture runoffs. All the treatments will not remove those trace quantities of the pesticide and all those containing halides, So this is the entry point. So trihalomethane, we ourselves do the treatment. It's a very, very big process at Mulund in Mumbai, so at other cities, where treatment happens to remove suspended parts, sedimentation is done, water is disinfected by chlorination, and heavy trihalomethane formation begins. And so what happens, which I told you, this is everyday business. Cellular damage is everyday intake of poison, no escape unless you at domestic level take care of this. No, I'm making it free from any fluorinated compounds, or any carcinogens. Well, we are still not advanced state to go for tertiary and quaternary treatment, UF and ROs but we depend on the municipal water supply. And so your resistance is important, your health is important. And the more resistant you are developing by other means and method, yes. Otherwise, this trihalomethane, cancer pathway, water, trihalomethane, human exposure, drinking water, then bathing, nose is also, don't close your nose and start breathing, I mean, one can, skin absorption, wipe out your body as fast as possible to remove the surface deposition, absorption into bloodstream, while bathing, taking bath also it can happen. Metabolism, doesn't mean don't take a bath. Metabolism in liver, once it is entered, that process begins, DNA damage. Earlier slide has showed exodative damage, oxidative stress. Cell mutation starts happening. Those who are prone to now have cancer, chronic cancer, unfortunately, they have undergone cell mutation and disruption of cell cycle. Then uncontrolled cell proliferation, what we call a cancer. So friends, we found what makes the trihalomethane formation. Look at these all kind of fulvic acid, humic acid, so many contamination. If you don't do the air analysis by high volume sampler, you will not get less than 70, 80, 90, depends upon which city you are. In Mumbai, you got 100 plus. 100 plus, I say 100 plus organic compounds through aerosol, SPM, they're blown and they are into the aerosols carrying hundreds of organic compounds, aldehydes, benzenes, and toluenes, and whatnot. What industries here are manufacturing? And so we don't see them. We see only smoke. So these, plus when they go into water body, soil humus is there. The humus is full of these organics. And then when you start the treatment, TMH is there at the end. We can see the reaction, trihalomethanes or any halogens, okay? Chloride, bromide, iodide. That's why we forced to ban brominations of vegetable oils and they're giving into soft drinks. We made Shout 15 years before, and we were instrumental not to allow brominated vegetables, oils to be in a soft drinks, And I don't take any soft drinks, hardly anything, one in a year, or may not be some years. I go without soft drinks. People say, "Oh, Are, how you are healthy at this age?" I said, "Yes, mend your habits, so, so these acids and vegetable fermented things you avoid. See, friends, you can see the various countries. You may not be able to read, but Japan, USA had many treatment plants, and various people have done the studied simultaneous applications of gamma irradiation. What is cobalt gamma? Cobalt 60, yes. Cobalt 15 and gamma 60, yes. So I think hardest gamma 1.33 MeV. The hardest, and that's why we are using it into the your NMR for your detections of diseases. So cobalt 60 is a long-lived over, many years half-life, I forgot. So that irradiation can destroy those trihalomethans. And for us, difficult to get gamma irradiation to get a nuclear medicines. And now they are irradiating the onions and potatoes just to make them not to sprout, not that to kill any carcinogen. Potassium permanganate, easily available. One can do that. Ozonization, we can do. Activated carbon, we can use to minimize trihalomethanes in water. So if you, from this list, Shweta said she's going to print this, literature also has these references. And those anybody can have additional gadget very easily available at home. You can subject water to this treatment, and trihalomethanes specifically I'm talking about. We worked on this, that they can, like other countries, say Miami, Italy, South Africa, China, you will not find India public water supplies that were destroying trihalomethanes. You can see one at 13 NP Thacker. So certain industry specific people, I mean, for certain reasons, where you don't tolerate trihalomethanes in even organic or drug synthesis, they do this because that interferes in drug formulation. So this industry, not for a public interest, but they have been successfully able to remove nearly 96, 98% trihalomethanes, because that specific medicines they want, they have to remove, make it free from trihalomethanes. In usually provided water from the city. So WHO guidelines are here, microgram per liter, and various halos. You can see that, and these are the labels. And we come close to the lecture. So when we tried this, we were able to reduce this 56, last column you see, at different sampling places. Naturally, Pandrapur water treatment plant, and we could do that much reduction, but still Bombay Municipal Corporation accept introduction of something at Mulund Reservoir. We could remove lot of trihalomethanes, and trihalomethanes, various water treatment plants. And from here, it goes to drinking water supply. So it carries 50, 60, 70 microgram per liter. And that's good enough. These are the work. I have no time to go to give the names of journals, but these are time of thesis making. I just copied from his thesis and Vidyadhar Gavandi's work, which give references of trial. Lots of presentation we were called to give, And so luckily the corporation also took the some clue from this. They say they have upgraded to remove this. Later on that we tested, yes, with the further reduction. Student went to America. The other student did little sample just for the BMC purpose. Now, last 5 years, we are not on monitoring of how much trihalomethanes. Somebody in Jaipur can work on how much the level of trihalomethanes, bring the awareness, and suggest the systems that how trihalomethanes can be removed to minimize the cancers of the city. So these are some references, and thank you very much. So I am through this presentation. I can remove the screen sharing. Yes. Yes. Any question? We are still in time. We finished in time. Shweta warned me. Sir, maximum 1 hour. I said 45 minutes. So 3:15 we started, and 3:55 I closed.
Thank you, sir, for an enlightening talk. I request now participants to ask some questions from the sir. Participants,
Yes,
if
participant, any question?
you have any question, you can ask.
You have Water Man of India. Now you have Clean Water Man of Mumbai. Okay, you know Water Man of India?
You can ask any question.
Rajendra Singh is called, no? His job is to provide water and water and water. So water conservation. Here I am talking on clean water, potable water, free from contamination. Yes. Please feel free to ask any beyond domain of this, the cancer, prevalence, places, contaminations, precautions.
I have one question for you. So you are talking about the secondary pollutants which are like trihalomethanes, which
Yes.
are formed due to the reaction of chlorine and organic matter.
Clue?
That
Yeah.
into the water during the secondary tertiary treatment when we are giving that. So how much long exposure is required to cause the cancer to such type of pollutants?
How much?
Exposure means how much time? कितना long exposure? 1 year, 2 years?
Time exposure.
Yeah, exposure time.
Prolong, yeah. Oh, it starts from the day one. But more and more, you become chronic. It surfaces. The classical example I told you, 1932, Mercury went to Minamata, Chizo River, Japan. 54, there was outbreak. No, 56. So nearly 20 plus years. And then it was irreversible. But those of the people who got early symptoms might have gone for treatment. Nobody noticed. When it became very serious, irreversible, then there was attention. So now, if one is taking the treated water with trihalomethanes alone, the water, not the other things, you are exposed to so many other things. So this will certainly 4 5 years and on. Every day you take 7 8 liters of water. Calculate concentration I told, the threshold levels of cancer causing of the substance. So process begins. Those who are resistant to this, the metabolism of a person, what other substances that you eat, that all matters. But 10, 15 years, 20 years, as water source exposure, I think it is, and that's why if you see Mumbai city, heavy treatment, hospitals are full. Tata Memorial Hospital, now they have gone to Navi Mumbai, attract the whole big complex, and you will find people just sitting, rolling around on the floor. Once detected, there is no chance of them getting admitted for 4, 5, 6 months. We don't see this, but people, when we visit and see that, there are no facilities to treat all these cancer patients, Say Sindoor, Vermilion, the Saubhagya ka jo hai na, symbol hai na. So the poor woman, 20, 30, 40 years, she puts that smearing, and she's exposed to this. No doctor, nobody will say that she's exposed to thermal lead absorption for last 30, 40, 50, 60 years. So symptoms are there. Each metal ion, say for example, you get exposed to the lead, blue lines on the gum is a symptom. Pain in joints is a symptom. These are very visible. And so people need to have that awareness, understanding, Many countries, their brushes distribute. We have only smallpox brushes, nothing beyond. Lead safe, aluminum safe, these toxic metals safe. What precaution one has to do. So my point is exposure to these 5, 10 years, yeah. And then defense mechanism. These things also important. And somebody professionally, occupational health hazard, working in foundries, organic industries, metal industries. So it's added. He inhales, he eats contaminated surfaces, food chain accumulate in the water. So for him, there are more cases. Like we surveyed and all laboratory assistants, those days sitting with the house of the chemicals, giving chemicals to the students, then completely in a vapor atmosphere of the chemicals. 95% of those laboratory assistants sitting in 10, 15 years in Mumbai city colleges, they died of TB or cancer. And nobody thinks that he's getting exposed every day. So that's safe storage of chemicals, hazardous chemicals, explosive chemicals. These are must practices. Yeah.
Sir, I'm handing over this to Shikha madam. She has received some questions in the chat box, so she will ask. So one question is from the participant that can RO-based water purifier totally disinfect our drinking water?
RO, yes, definitely disinfects. To some extent, it breaks lower trihalomethanes. Yes.
Participant wants to ask any question?
Yeah, they can. I have to come close to the speaker.
And other toxicants like benzene. I think benzene can be absorbable, so recognizable substance.
Benzene aldehydes are. Can you get that speaker? तुझे कुठे होतं drawer मध्ये? One sec. You had some in my that laptop bag. No, laptop bag. Side का number में है. Side ला बघ तिकडे. Yes. What is the question? Benzene, no? All organics, most carcinogenic, benzene, aldehydes, they are. So they are, and those who are exposed to these chemicals, if I have heard properly, then they can cause. You can allow a speaker. You give me that. I'll try to attach this microphone. Clear na? Go ahead. Go ahead. Yes. Any other question? I could hear something benzene. 1 minute. 1 minute.
Yeah. Benzene, like vaporizable substances, how can we remove them?
Hello.
Suppose we have vaporizable substances,
I can't hear you.
other vaporizable substances,
Yes.
they are present in the water. How can we treat
Hello.
that process?
हे सायका इथे असतं ना.
Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, now, yeah.
Yeah. So I'd like to ask that if benzene and some type of vaporizable substances are present there.
And
Some type of substances are present in the water which are vaporizable substances. So how can we treat them?
this treatment of benzene, like in a dissolved
Which are
format of
volatile in
substance.
nature, how can we treat them?
See, first of all, the kind of doing there, if they are in the form of suspended solids, if they are, then yes, very simple methods of even chlorination. See, chlorination will give trihalomethan, no doubt, but parchment filters pass through that. ROs, yes, you can remove them. So the hardcore trihalomethanes may not remove it completely, but these filtration will do it. Best thing that RO and UF filters, they will take both of them will take care of most of these organics, not trihalomethanes I'm talking, but these organics. Now, volatilizations of these, see, most of us, even aquaguard water, at least I do, we do boiling for at least 10 minutes.
Okay. Means
Without
some type
fail,
of
without
yeah.
fail, I do that. About 10 liters of water, we boil. The first job that we do, I do in the house, to remove the volatiles. And then you find no residues there, because all volatile is gone. And you can check that water, aquaguard, you boil it, you will hardly find anything is deposited or reduced to oxides and then precipitated. No. So most of it is taken care of. So when you do through aquaguard, an ion exchange, so the ionic forms of the any organics, including benzene, they'll be absorbed and coming still filtering through. When you boil, they're gone, volatilized. So the way of going to reaching to the safe drinking water is this. But when you get treated water in cities, this is a must for remote halomethanes. At least they'll break, they'll be absorbed. I've seen many forms of the trihalomethanes, ionic form, they'll be absorbed. So they must go through this treated water, those who can afford to, and a boil. And as said at the beginning, those who do not go for water which is treated by the corporations or the municipality, they are fairly safe from trihalomethanes, except the other pollutants if they are coming from industries, number one, or some can have geological sources, arsenic borne, uranium borne soils, laid in soils. So that is a source coming from geo sources. But otherwise, they can take a stream water, a flow, waterfalls, a river, which is not receiving at not at source near your village, but upstreams, nowhere on its course. There should be organic industry or any industry which is discharging into the water body. That's why the norms are very strict. Discharging water from industry effluent, there are. You can't below minimum this level, but no one follows the norms. Is very unfortunate part, and we do take. So those who are in city taking treated water by BMC corporations, they must subject it to further aqua guards, any other guards, and but not that Brominwala. Earlier we had some kind of B. What is that B filter? And we knocked it out. AquaGuard, yeah, resins, they take it out and then boil it, safe enough. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir, for your enlightening talk, and my queries has been resolved now. So, any queries from the participants? They can raise their hands.
Now I can hear better. Students, please, participants,
Any
please don't
participant would
shy
like to
up
ask any question?
because you are living with water every day. You must
Yeah,
have some
yeah,
other question like Shikha has asked, you know.
yeah. Sir, now I am heading over this to Dr. Shikha Pandey for concluding remarks.
Thank you, Professor Arun Sawant, sir, for sharing your valuable insights on the critical topic. Your talk has provided us with a deeper understanding of how water contamination, environmental pollutants, and exposure to hazardous substances can influence cancer risk, highlighting the urgent need for sustainable water management and advanced treatment strategy. Thank you so much, sir.
The best to do
Now,
good work in waterways, you know, on water, a lot of research, water chemistry and polluted water, pure water. Suggest you are a scientist, you have to suggest, have the best gadgets, periodical testing, cleaning the aquaguards, filters. Get me? Regularly maintaining the water system in-house, public place, your department, your university. Correct? No exposure to carcinogenic substances. Handle them carefully in the laboratory. First, go to library and find out what are the carcinogens that you are handling. You get a big list and, array, this is my lab. This I handle every day. This I inhale every day. Or this kind of surface I am in touching every day. This kind of food I take. Or do you wash it correctly, thoroughly? Do you rinse it? All these issues, yes, will give the hands-on benefits. Thank you.
thank you so much, sir. I
Thank
would
you.
like to take a moment to express my sincere gratitude to Professor Vinay Sharma, sir, Dean Research and Director, MIT Institute of Biotechnology, for his unwavering support, constant encouragement, and visionary leadership in promoting academic excellence and research initiatives. Sir has spared his time from valuable time, and thank you so much, sir, for joining. And now I would invite Dr.
Because of the academic some engagements, he is not available with us. So he has sent his blessings to us for this webinar. Initially, he joined, but due to some important other work, so he has to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody is busy. Yeah.
yeah. Little busy with some other work.
But
So,
sure, the participants were there till the end, or some of them are dropping out.
yeah, some are dropping. So I'd like to request now Abhimanyu sir for vote of thanks.
Hmm.
Respected sir, esteemed faculty members, and dear participant, on behalf of the organizing team, I sincerely thank you for delivering such an informative and insightful talk on water and cancer, the relationship. Your valuable knowledge and clear explanation help us understand the important link between water quality and human health. We truly appreciate the time and effort you devoted to sharing your expertise with us. Thank you for making the session enlightening and meaningful. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you all. Thank you, Shishweta, for roping me in and meeting you all. Thank you. Thank you, the university authorities. Thank you. Should we close? Yes.
Hello, sir.
Sir has left now.
As we come to the end of this enlightening session, I hope today's seminar has helped us appreciate the critical link between water quality, environmental health, and cancer prevention. Ensuring access to safe and clean water is not only an environmental responsibility, but also a vital step towards safeguarding public health. Thank you all for your presence, participation, and valuable time. I wish you all a wonderful evening. Thank you, everyone.